Imagine waking up on a quiet Saturday morning, checking your phone and realizing you literally lost $10 while you were sleeping. No one hacked your bank account, you did not get scammed, and you did not accidentally leave your wallet at a restaurant. Your money simply sat in your savings account, and because of a silent force, its value shrank. It sounds like an absolute nightmare, but for millions of hardworking Americans, this is exactly what happens every single day. We are taught from a very young age that saving money is the ultimate responsible thing to do. We skip the extra takeout, cut back on our monthly streaming subscriptions, and proudly put away $100 here, $200 there. You feel secure, mature, and completely in control of your life. But then, you look a little closer at the interest rate on your savings account and reality hits you like a cold bucket of water, making you realize that your bank is barely paying you anything to keep your money there. You notice your hard-earned cash is earning a measly 0.5% interest. That means after an entire year of doing absolutely everything right, the bank paid you a whopping $50 on a $10,000 balance. That is barely enough to buy a couple of cheap pizzas. Meanwhile, you keep hearing everyone on social media talking about investing, stocks, index funds, and compound growth, and suddenly a massive wave of anxiety hits you as you start wondering if you're doing this whole adulting thing completely wrong. The truth is, saving money is a great first step, but leaving all of your cash in a basic bank account is actually a slow, quiet way to lose your wealth. Every single year, a silent thief called inflation creeps in and makes everyday things like groceries, gas, rent, and a cup of coffee more expensive. If your money is just sitting there earning almost nothing, its purchasing power is shrinking day by day. Don't get me wrong, saving is incredibly important, but it is not the final destination on your financial journey. It's just the starting line. Savings are meant to protect your money from emergencies, while investing is designed to actually grow your wealth over time. These are two completely different jobs, and trying to make your savings account do the job of an investment is like trying to drive a car with the parking brake permanently turned on. Let us look at a quick comparison to see how the math actually plays out in the real world over time. Imagine you manage to save $10,000, which is a fantastic achievement. If you leave that $10,000 in a standard savings account earning a typical 1% interest rate, after one full year, you will have $10,100. It feels safe, but it's not really moving the needle for your future. Now, let's compare that to putting that exact same $10,000 into the stock market. Historically, the S&P 500, which is basically an index of the 500 biggest companies in America, has returned about 10% per year on average over long periods of time. If you had invested that $10,000 instead, after just 1 year, you would have $11,000. At first glance, a $900 difference might not seem like it's going to completely change your life, but the real magic only starts to happen when you give that money time to compound. To see the true power of compounding, we have to look further down the road, say 20 years into the future. If you leave that $10,000 sitting in your 1% savings account for 2 decades, it will grow to a grand total of about $12,200. You barely made anything, and inflation probably devoured the actual value of that money anyway. But if you had invested that same $10,000 at a 10% average annual return, that single initial deposit would balloon into a staggering $67,000. You did not have to do any extra work. You did not have to take on a second job, and you did not have to sacrifice your weekends. The money did all of the heavy lifting for you while you were busy living your life, sleeping, and hanging out with your friends. This is why the biggest wealth gap in the world is not actually between the people who save and the people who spend, but rather between the people who save and the people who invest. If the math is so incredibly clear, why does almost everyone get stuck at the saving phase and never make the leap into investing? The answer is not a lack of math skills. It is purely psychology. Saving feels comfortable because you can open your app every day and see the exact same number, or maybe a slightly larger number if you add it to it. It does not fluctuate, and it certainly does not drop 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon because of some bad news on the television. Investing, on the other hand, feels like walking into a casino in Las Vegas and putting your entire month of rent money on a single spin of the roulette wheel. The emotional roller coaster of watching your balance go up and down can be absolutely terrifying for beginners, causing many people to completely freeze up and do nothing at all. But transitioning into the market does not have to feel like a high-stakes gamble if you follow a smart, gradual plan that protects your peace of mind. The very first thing you need to do before you invest a single dollar is to build a solid financial shield, which is your emergency fund. This is your ultimate safety net. You should aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of your actual living expenses in cash. This means money for your rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, and basic necessities. This money must stay in a regular, highly accessible bank account or even a high-yield savings account where it is perfectly safe and easy to withdraw. Do not use this money to buy stocks. Do not use it to jump on hot investment opportunities, and definitely do not use it for a spontaneous vacation. This fund is strictly for when life throws a curveball at you, like an unexpected medical bill, sudden car repairs, or a temporary job loss. Having this cash cushion is the absolute key to investing successfully because it protects your investments from your own life, ensuring you never have to sell your stocks at a loss just to pay for an emergency. Once your emergency shield is fully funded, the next step is a simple psychological trick called mental bucketing. You need to divide your money into 2 completely different categories in your mind. Bucket number 1 is your safety money, which is your emergency fund that never moves and is always there to keep you secure. Bucket number 2 is your growth money, which is the money you are going to invest for your future. When you separate these 2 buckets, you give yourself permission to let the growth money fluctuate. This simple mental separation dramatically reduces the anxiety of watching the stock market move. So, let me ask you a very quick question. Which bucket are you focusing on right now? Drop a 1-word comment below. Type SAFE if you are currently building your emergency shield, or GROW if you are ready to start investing.
Do not worry about having a lot of cash, because you can start today with just $50 using simple, low-cost index funds that do the work for you. Think of saving as keeping seeds in a jar where they are safe but never grow, while investing is planting them in the ground to grow into a massive tree of financial freedom. Saving gives you stability today, but investing gives you freedom tomorrow. If this friendly breakdown helped you feel more confident about your money, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel right now. Turn on notifications and hit that like button to support the content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.